Hello, this is Will from JourneyToWallStreet.blogspot.com. I'm here doing a tick replay of Yum that happened on Friday, June 8th, 2012. So what you see here is um, a 5-minute chart of Yum, and it's moving at 5 times the normal speed, just to kind of I don't want to be on this video for hours. So this is what was happening on the open on the 5-minute chart. So let's just change it to the 3-minute chart. And what I want to do is just see if I can find some trades or something tradable while this replay was happening to see what I missed in the morning. Right now, I mean, there's not much action. I wonder if I could make it go even faster. Okay, here's 10 times the speed. Okay, let's make it 20 times the speed. I'll just pause it quite a bit as we go along. Okay, it's kind of slow. 30 times. Okay, 30 times is better. So 2 minute, 2 minute inside bar potential trade, I guess, if you want to do things off the open. I don't have a replay of the level 2, so I can't show you that. But I mean, risk reward is there, right? Kind of a super wide bar. You go to the top, so you're kind of the target is down here, which I mean we all know where it went, but that's something you can see. So right now, there's still not much trade except you know it's weak. But here's the first test of the EMAs. I mean, here's another 2-minute inside bar, but probably would have got stopped out, depending if you get back in or not. But I'm trying to get away from 2-minute inside bars or 5-minute inside bars just because they haven't been working for me lately. We know this is, we know it's going to hit this target, but the question is, when is the first trades? So here's first one of the pullbacks. This was what, 644. At about 7 is when I should switch to, and make note of that. 7 is when I'll switch to the longer time frames. Excuse me. So another potential inside bar here. I did take out that low there, so is it tradable? Probably, maybe. I don't know. I just want to get away from this. Still going. Not much things. Not much else to do right now. I like that it got close to the EMAs and then it fell down. I'm gonna make this go a little bit faster. Forgive me, this is my first tick replay, so I'm not sure how the speed looks or how it's gonna look on playback. So one interesting to note while it's at the 63 level is, I don't know if you can see the daily chart here. No, I can't see the daily 60-minute chart. No, it doesn't show the history, so that's, never mind about that. Okay, so oh, moving a little too fast. Let me switch time frames real quick. So now we're at the 5-minute mark. We're using 5-minute time frame, and it's at 7 right now. Let me slow it down because this is the part where I wanted to see more of. So at this point, I think it was me waiting for a pullback because you know very strong move on the bottom, and I was just watching it try to trade higher because it has to catch up to this EMA, has to, because that's what stocks do. They'll expand and contract. So my mindset here was let's see if it touches or test it. Okay, I kind of speed it up a little more. So it got kind of close, and then it started to pull back. I mean, of course, in hindsight, yeah, this is a short right here, but it doesn't really work like that. But in my head, that's exactly what I was thinking when after I saw this move. So now it's continuing to trade lower and lower, just as that type of pullback thing did. Um, really wished it would have touched it, but actually, I wish there was another bar and then the test, but it didn't happen. So it continued to make new lows and still going. So in my head around this time, which is around 10 a.m., I should be switching to the longer time frames too. So right now, I would normally look at the 5 and the 13. So let's switch to the 13. And you see on the 13, there's a lot of room to catch up to the EMAs. But if you look on the 5, it's kind of just right there. So at this point, it depends on like how clean you want your trades and things like that. And ideally, you want all your time frames to kind of align together. So on this 5-minute, it's getting close to that EMA. On the 13-minute, it's nowhere near. So let's just take a look at the 13-minute chart, because you saw what I saw on the 5-minute, and that's when I made my not so great trades based on my trade reviews on Friday. So here's 60 times speed in the 5-minute in the 13-minute chart. So let's see how it looks. Get rid of some of these lines. If you look at the 13-minute chart, there's still really no trades. On the 5-minute, hey, it's that potential pullback play that I said. So here's the first test of the EMAs, and it's trying to go through, but it fails. Oh, it fails, so that's my short signal. Boom, get short. And once it takes out that low of this previous candle, I'm going to get short again. And there it is, so I'm short again. But crap, it's not working. It's going the other way. Why is it going the other way? Well, let's look at the 13-minute chart. It still has a ton more room to catch up. So had I been in the right time frame, I would have noticed this. But instead, at this point, I was boom right there, stopped out for a loss, sizable loss. So continues to trade, and get rid of some of these lines. And now it's looking more promising on the 13-minute, because now we see a 3-bar pullback, and it might be 3-bar pullback into these EMAs. So let's just wait and see what happens. Make sure my oops, sorry about that. I am making sure that I'm using the same time template as I did in the morning. Okay, so I'm beginning to see that the EMAs aren't really the same as how it was during the live market, because the EMAs had to factor in the after hours and things as such. Well, actually, no, it's pretty close. Actually, no, I think that was right. So, there's a pullback to the EMAs, and there's that failure. So, is it possible to short this failure? Sure. With a stop above there. Oops. So, alright, great. It's working out. Uh, the EMAs are ticking lower. So, ideally, if it goes below that low, it's another short. Unfortunately, you have to use the same stop. And there goes the tick below, and you're short. So let me pause it here and see how it looks on the 5. And well, there was your first kind of short, and now it's sort of downtrending more. So ideally, you want it to continue to go lower because if the stock is continued to be weak, you have to anticipate it going lower. But one thing that I realize now that I didn't realize before is if you look here, this is a pivot high right here. Because then, it made new lows. So this was initially the pivot low, right? Okay, so that's the pivot low. This is the pivot high. So this is a new pivot low, which is a lower low. So if this downtrend was going to remain intact, then this pullback here should not be higher than the most recent pivot high. So because it made a higher high, that right there should have told me, hey, the downtrend is no longer a downtrend. So you need to adjust your plan and just be mentally agile. So I just restarted the video, restarted the signal. So if you look here, this is where the it looked like it started to find a little base, and what you want to see is this continue to trade lower, but instead it broke above this little inside bar and it's trading higher now. So this should be your sign that you got to get out of this trade. This plus the fact that I just talked about the higher low, I mean the higher high. So now the stock is just gonna take off from here. But from the 13-minute, still looks like the EMA is gonna hold it down because it's just retesting and retesting. But now it's not. I mean, super bullish now. And if you weren't out because of that inside bar, in the 5-minute inside bar, you had to be out here, no question. The next step is when do you start looking long? Do you look long? Do you move on from this trade? I mean, what do you do? I really don't know. I mean, because I know the outcome of this trade, of course, obviously, yeah, I'm going long. But I think the whole point of this video is to show that, hey, once it was above this area and made a new pivot high, you're not supposed. The downtrend is broken. I think that's the whole thing I wanted to show with this tick replay. And eventually, as we all know, Yum's going to continue to go up and trade higher. Would there have been any trades here that would show that? Not quite. Nothing that no plays that I know. I mean, you could make an argument that this was somewhat of a flag and it broke higher, but it's not that glaring. There could have been some kind of EMA play. Now that it's no longer using it as resistance, it might bounce off of it. That could be another potential play, but it's not in my playbook. So that's really all I wanted to show on this stock. So I will stop it here. Thanks for watching.